Hello, my fellow Marians. My name is Girly G. Vigilla, and I'm a second-year nursing student. I'd want to check about your recent activities. I'm sure you've been exhausted this last week because to me, these are pretty exhausting days. Being a college student is already hard due to the fact that the setting has been designed to be more difficult and stressful than being a high school student. Unfortunately, the pandemic has made things more difficult. It's been 2 years since this pandemic began, and it's changed our way of life. During the lockdown and home quarantine, we all face boredom and inconveniences. Other than virtual learning, there is no alternative method to continue our traditional educational system within that time frame. And making that distance learning work for all students as the new academic year begins is tough for the both of the teachers and students because they need to adjust to the new learning environment. In addition, several of the new concerns that have a significantly influence on learners are the lack of efficiency of technology because not everybody could afford the gadgets that is needed, the difficulty for learners to understand the concepts taught because we all have different ways of understanding a topic, and online learning causing social isolation that results in students not developing the necessary communication skills. Moreover, some students may not meet with aspects related to online learning since they are unable to determine their own learning patterns, or maybe they do not have suitable learning environment at home. And this new learning system has brought several consequences, such as lack of motivation, self-discipline, and the need to study efficiently alone. Also, due to the transition to this new educational system, is its impact on students' health and sleeping habits. Why? Studying alone takes longer because it is more difficult to comprehend the material on your own. Unlike the old approach, it is easier to understand when we learn in a classroom setting. Aside from that, there are so many things to accomplish when we study at home, such as the requirements to complete a household chores. For example, cooking, washing clothes, washing dishes, and many more. Overall, this online academic year has been extremely challenging. Unfortunately, many students have lost their motivation as a result of their inability to cope with this system. Students who were lively and upbeat in face-to-face classes were suddenly drained by this new learning technique. The stress comes from the pressure to complete all of those activities and projects from many subjects, as well as the presentations, return demonstrations, memorization, and this exam week, which we must thoroughly review. Many unfavorable events also occur, such as failing examination or quiz, assignments and projects and activities are due late. Cramming to remember the scripts needed to complete a task are among of those other things. Let me ask you a question. Isn't this exhausting for you? Do you get an easy sense that this year isn't going to be your year? Or are you one of those individuals who has been unmotivated all of a sudden? If you answered yes, not be concerned. Everything is okay. To be honest, I am one of those students as well. There is these unwanted feelings and thoughts in mind that it's possible that the course we are taking today will not prepare us for the job we all have in the future. You can also feel that you're already behind academically because you felt that you weren't making any progress. Then there's the possibility that you're wasting your money and time. Isn't it true that all of those thoughts made you feel unmotivated? I guess yes. We've been all on that kind of situation that don't seem to be going our way. We do not see the ways how we'll become better, how our passion will be reignited. because we believe that all of the conditions point to our dream not coming true. Unfortunately, we are unaware of that in our mind, that being influenced by these dark thoughts resulting in a negative slide in our life is quite destructive. As I mentioned earlier, I was also unmotivated until I look on the bright side. I remembering why I enrolled in this class. Why did I begin my career in this field? I attempted to recall all of those reasons in order to reawaken my motivation. Then I recall all of my life's plan. I enjoy assisting others. When my loved one need me, I enjoy taking care of them in my own special way. Then I was suddenly inspired again the moment I remember my passion. I use those reasons as my fuel, as my motivation to continue working toward becoming the person I truly want to be in the future. And that is becoming a registered nurse someday. It is all normal to complain, cry, feel frustrated, because during difficult times, you can also experience all of that and many more. However, you must not hang on this moment because the longer you do, the more time you will be destroyed. And if it happens by your own regret in the future, you will be choked. It's comforting to know that life isn't always fair and that failure is a part of the path. For me, it is more preferable to struggle during my 4 years in college than to endure for the rest of my life. So to you, my co-Marian, if you is still on this phase wherein your motivation was lost, never ever settle in this part because you are more capable of what you are thinking. When everything is trying to bring you down, find one concrete reason to keep you going. Let the positivity in your mind take control to this battle. Because if you focus on what you cannot control, and if you focus on the weaknesses that you have, that will just make you frustrated, depressed, and unmotivated. Don't be hard on yourself because what you think could ruin you, your dream, your passion. It is the matter of the power of your thought and your focus. In few memes, we could see the phrase, focus lang sa goal. This statement has become hilarious as a result of its use in memes, but the meaning is substantial. Knowing what you want to achieve and focusing on it makes it more achievable. This also entails removing the energy from your life. The negative energy rather. If you want to live your dream, you must get rid of the negativity in your life. Allow only the flow on your mind and heart the energy of who you wish to be. It is important to align yourself on the positive side in order to grow you to your life's purpose. Keep your track on this side and don't let this conflict get away from you. It's just part of life that everyone goes through, so don't settle with it. Also, I believe that we do not mature if we do not experience hardship. So instead of focusing on this situation, use it to strengthen yourself. It is necessary that you remember to look after yourself during this life event. So you should put more faith in yourself. Have the courage to go with your heart. Co-Marians, when things get rough, look for something or someone that you can vent your sentiment or frustration when you face academic challenges. Continue to stand. Continue to fight. Keep your passion burning brightly. No matter what, do not think to give up. Yes, it is exhausting, so you may rest. But sometimes pushing yourself too hard might end up in a waste, not in a result. But never ever think to give up on something you really want. So to you, who has been fighting in a silent battle, keep going. Be good to yourself and give yourself a warm embrace. Thank yourself for being persistent and staying strong. One day, you will thank yourself for not giving up. Lastly, may we all have the future we always talk about. My dear co-Marians, study hard until you can say, Trust me, I'm your nurse. Finally, I am a civil engineer. Finally, I receive my teaching license. Finally, I get the job of my dreams. And that's all. Thank you for listening. Have a good day.